are listening to Get Wrecked, a podcast brought to you by Rectify Gaming. It's about video games, not just Pokemon Snap, as our fun theme song may have you believe, and the start of every episode, because I'm pretty sure we've talked about Pokemon Snap on every episode so far.
Because every console ever made is the perfect console for them to do another Pokemon Snap.
It is.
That's true.
It doesn't make any sense that they haven't.
Well, and like, especially in this age of social media, where Instagram would be like, Pokemon Snap with Instagram makes sense. Like, you're an Instagram influencer. You're not just like, Yeah,
you're not just a guy in a truck hanging out with an old man.
No, you're taking your Pikachu to go get a boba tea and getting a picture in front of a very blue wall.
That sounds like something I'd do.
I know. And all the little tapioca balls.
Yeah.
Pokeballs.
Oh, man, it's a layup.
Yeah,
Pokemon
right?
Instagram.
That's what I call a slam dunk.
So am I winning? Because I have a picture with a real Eevee?
We were going to get to that. Anyway, welcome to the show. I'm Evan.
I'm Nick.
And I'm Garrett.
And we took a little break, and now we have no longer taken a break. We're back to working hard or hardly working. Am I right, folks?
Hey,
yo, whoa, hey,
got him.
Yo, whoa, hey, yo, whoa, hey, whoa, hey, whoa, hey, yo.
Keep going.
Whoa, yo, hey, ho, working hard, hardly working.
Hard working.
Hanging in there.
In there, hanging.
Whoa, hey, yo.
It was like a minute. It was like a minute of that.
That was strong. That was a strong performance.
Far too long, and I hated every second of it. But yeah, the reason we took a break is because we cannot function without each other. It's kind of like the Wonder Twins. Like, if you get one Wonder Twin, they're just a twin. They're no longer anything wonderful about them.
Yeah, twins don't function without the other twin.
Right.
Then you're just a person.
And Nick was taking a pilgrimage to Japan.
Oh yeah, I just got back from Japan, and actually, if you will indulge me, I have a series of photos to show you, Evan.
Yeah, I would love to see your slideshow. Now,
I've seen these photos, Evan. You're going to see these photos.
Yeah. Oh, I'd love
a journey.
To see photos.
So this first one is just a picture of me and Solid Snake at the top of a place in Akihabara, and so you'll just swipe.
I'll swipe them.
Yeah,
right.
So you just swipe this way.
Okay, so that's you. It is okay. So it's you and Snake.
That's me and Snake. That doesn't really have anything to do with anything. It's just the cover photo because me and Solid Snake is dope.
Now I realize we're doing a podcast, so we can post a video with these later.
Yes.
Cool.
If you're listening to this and you would like to see the pictures, so if you're listening to this for the first time and you would like to see the pictures, this whole thing is on YouTube as well.
Yep.
And I will put these pictures up.
All right. So the first picture is you and Snake, and there's some candy or some fanfare behind you guys.
Yeah.
Is he looking right at you? Or is he?
We're both just looking around, wondering where the sniper rifle is.
Right. Of course.
Where can I get a sniper rifle?
He looks not well.
No, they had to take the gun out of his hands also.
I was gonna say, neither of you guys have guns. Does he have a phone or is that a wallet?
No, I think that's the handle of a gun. They had to cut the gun part off.
They put a hot dog in his hand instead.
They put the lower 48 in his hand.
Yep. He's wielding two corn dogs. My favorite Metal Gear Solid weapon, the country fair.
Dude, that's my favorite food too.
So that's actually the top floor of the building. So you can you don't have to. There's probably 16 or 17 pictures in there. So it's just take in the experience. What you'll see is me moving through a series of shelves.
You are in the paradox zone at this point.
Yeah.
This looks like This literally looks like kind of an N64 bonus level that you're not sure how to get out of.
Yeah.
It's
like the coin ghost ship in Mario 3.
Right. Or in Gauntlet, when you get in those mazes with all those coins.
It's like, what is this place and how did I get here and how do I leave?
I'm glad you found your way out.
Yeah, it was touch and go there for a while because you can't see. This is one of those places that got like an F- from the fire marshal. Mm-hmm. So there's no windows, very narrow stairs, no functioning elevator, and shelves that block any access to windows, which there aren't. As I mentioned, there's no windows.
Are these magic cards?
Great question.
I'm glad you asked.
So there's about 5 floors. So you'll notice there's a lot of me moving through shelves. 5 floors of every single amount. Let me know when you get to the front of the store.
Okay, I'm gonna flip over one more.
Yeah, keep on. You can probably roll through all the shelves. There's a lot of me moving through shelves.
There's you in a lion's crest.
Oh yeah.
Maybe you recently got admitted to Gryffindor.
Sometimes that happens. Sometimes you're walking down the streets in Akihabara and you end up in Gryffindor.
Don't you hate it when that happens?
That one's just a glamour shot and possibly a machete behind you. What is that? That could be nothing, but that could be also everything.
Oh, it's definitely dangerous. Whatever you're looking at.
All right, let's see. So, is that a Duel Masters poster? I haven't tried a Duel Masters in forever.
Yeah. So this seemed like the place. This was the place where I was going to finally find.
More cards. Card World. Oh, my God.
And I thought if there's finally one place, because I went with you through Dragon Con, if there's one place I can find Naruto trading cards, It's got to be this store.
Okay,
Floor to ceiling.
So a little background. I'm a huge card game nerd. I believe we've covered this. And I was actually working on a trading card game expansion, a fan thing for the Naruto trading card game using characters from Garrett and I's tabletop game.
Yep.
Because I really, really like that game. And I just think it's a good vehicle for characters. The flavor works. Man, that means a lot to me that you were looking for that.
And it kills me that. So I checked. Again, I'm 6'5".
Yeah.
These shelves are taller than me. You'll see the pictures.
Yeah.
I didn't find a single Naruto trading card game card.
It's funny.
in
Okay,
the
so
entire.
and I'll tell you why. Actually,
I tried so hard, Evan. I'm so sorry.
No. That game I am playing for was made for America.
Oh.
So they have a totally different Naruto card game over there, which I think is still going on. In fact, they have one big like Shonen Jump card game, is my understanding. It's like called Card Kiss, I think.
Oh.
Yeah.
I didn't think to ask for a show and jump. I just kept asking for Naruto.
Oh, you asked them?
Oh yeah. Oh, because I looked at all the signs.
Wow.
And the only Japanese I know is, of course, arigato gozaimasu, which will get you through most things because it's just like thanks for whatever. And then,
God,
of course,
this place looks like heaven.
onegaishimasu, which is like please, but also sort of gimme. It's like the context sensitive button in your adventure
Right.
games. You can if you're at the transaction point, you say onegaishimasu, and if you're after the transaction, you say arigato gozaimasu, and then Naruto. And I was in a trading card game store, so I hoped my point was made
Naruto
clear.
is also a fish cake.
Oh, well, that would explain a lot of things. It was an adventure. I had an amazing.
Oh my
I
god.
really appreciate you going out of your way to do that. That is really funny. Wow. That's awesome. Man, well, so Japan was fun?
Oh, it was amazing. I'm seriously wondering if there's a way we can just take our show on the road and spend like maybe a month in Shibuya.
Oh, that'd be fun.
That'd be
Sure, I can get off work.
Yeah, right. Or no,
I'm not doing anything that month.
Exactly. Just
I noticed you got a picture with Evie, who is actually
yes,
a topic of our discussion today.
yeah. Oh, that's right. She's out promoting her new game.
Right.
Evie is.
Pokemon Let's Go.
What
Yeah,
about,
she's.
what about
she-
Pikachu?
Pikachu was not hanging out in Shibuya while I was there. Though I will say,
Sounds like
Eevee,
a coward.
Yeah, I think maybe at this point Pikachu might just be a diva, and just isn't interested in hanging out with
Yeah.
the fans.
Well, before I get into this, are you guys excited for the new Pokemon game? Are you guys going to get it?
Yeah, I'll probably get it.
Yeah.
I've actually been thinking about getting Pokemon Go for the first time in my life, just
Well,
because it integrates with the game, and I need excuses to walk. Ever since I got a Fitbit, it's been all shitty about how I don't walk enough.
Well, so this is like Pokemon Go combined with a regular Pokemon game, right? They were like, okay, people like Pokemon Go, so let's combine it with Pokemon Red, which
Yeah.
is a game that a lot of people liked. Was it probably? I don't know if it still is their biggest game, but at some point it was their biggest game.
Yeah,
I mean, they've sold it. This will be the third iteration of it, not including the remakes for the 3DS, which was just a port of it.
Right.
It was just you can play Red again, and it's one of my favorite games. I love Pokemon Red. I don't know, it's not as good as Silver or some of the later ones, but the point of today's discussion is that they announced some of the post-game content.
Oh, really?
Right? And it's not super... I think it looks cool, is that you can... I don't exactly know what it is, but there are these things called Master Trainers, and they offer a more challenging gameplay. Like, you have to bring a Metapod, and...
So just like harder bosses?
Yeah, just like one-on-one, or you have to like bring them an item, show them a Pokemon, that kind of thing.
Gotcha.
Right?
Okay.
Interesting. So
Yeah.
so a thing that prevents you from just bringing your best dudes to just mollywomp every challenge.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Just steamroll them with
Yeah.
your
Right.
level 99 Charizard.
No,
Yeah.
instead you got to bring them like a level 50 Metapod or something like that,
Yeah.
which is cool.
And like, how do you
kinda-
train a Metapod?
I kind of like it, but a lot of folks on the internet are not happy with it.
Because they're want to do that.
Yeah, right.
As they want to do.
the internet is mad.
That's crazy, dude.
So
That makes me so
civil.
mad.
You
I'm
know
gonna go
what?
get on the internet.
I don't believe you. So there's that.
Can I ask you guys a question?
Please.
Just speaking of
Shoot.
Pokemon post-game
Yeah.
content.
Yeah.
Would you guys say that the quest for Mewtwo in the aforementioned Red and Blue is that post-game content? Because Mewtwo is level 70. You don't need to get him to beat the game, but
Yeah.
you definitely can get him before you fight the Elite Four.
Yeah.
He's more like a side quest.
Right. And so our side quests and post-game content, because this is like late game side quests.
Interesting.
Yeah, it is.
And you can do it before or after the Elite Four, but it's totally optional. And it's one of those things that you only go for if you got like huge ambition.
I'll include Mewtwo as post-game content. Yeah.
So then like the quests for Zapdos, Moltres, and Articuno, because they're a little lower. They're like 50.
Quests. Those are side quests because you were level-wise in the game, because the scale of kind of where you're supposed to be by the time you beat the game, you were supposed to be able to at least capture 1 or 2 of the legendary birds. Whereas Mewtwo, if you are level 70, you can be to beat the game, but if you're level 70, you won't have any trouble with.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
You're just gonna truck the final boss. It's like it's like Emerald Weapon from Final Fantasy VII. Did you guys ever play Final Fantasy VII?
I haven't.
I played like some of it. There were 3 discs. I played the first disc and a half.
Yeah. So there's an optional boss that is the Emerald Weapon, and I was like, I'm gonna kill this. I'm gonna kill him. I'm gonna kill.
You're gonna kill.
I'm gonna kill him. And so I went in. It was unbelievably difficult, and I finally beat Emerald Weapon. I was like, okay, now I can finish the game. And it was a similar thing where like if you're strong enough to get Mewtwo, you're gonna walk over. And it was a similar thing. I just walked through the final boss. I was like, oh. This is really easy.
Well, how easy can you get?
That's an experience.
Like it's like Ultimate Weapon in Kingdom Hearts, right? Like you can't. You can possibly get it before you beat the game, but it's really meant for after you beat the game. So like the scale of it again, I think goes back to post game, right?
Right.
So like
So can you battle these trainers before you beat the Elite Four, or does fighting the Elite Four, becoming the champion, unlocks these?
So that's what I'm saying. They're kind of gate kept, is my understanding.
Gotcha.
Okay.
Until you, it's until either you've caught them all or until you have, until you beat the Elite Four.
Okay.
I can't remember exactly. I should have got a printout, but I am a professional, as you guys know.
Well, I mean, because the instinct is to catch them all. So
well, right. I mean, you gotta
catch them all.
And then the queen sends you a letter.
The Queen of Pokemon?
Yeah.
What's she say?
She says, "Hey, good job. You did."
And that makes it all worth it.
Yeah. The Queen of England, in fact.
Oh,
Yeah.
surprising. I almost wondered if it was like Rosalina cameo. Queen of the Universe shows up. It's like,
Nope.
you did it.
Just old Queen
Elizabeth.
Mary Elizabeth.
You don't know the Queen of England's name?
Okay, I'm an American. Of course, I don't know the Queen of England's name.
Fair.
I'm gonna
That
say,
is fair.
to prevent myself from embarrassment, I'm gonna say that it is a conscious choice to not know the Queen of England's
It's
name.
just a patriotic choice.
I'm a red-blooded American.
Yeah.
Or damn it,
You could just give me like a clean cut of you saying Elizabeth, and then I'll just edit it back in. So if you want to
yeah,
just
if you guys could
say
just-
that real quick.
Elizabeth.
That's perfect. Yeah. I'll put that back in, and I'll cut all this stuff that we just said.
Perfect.
So.
That would be great. I would love that.
All right, and so we'll just pick up. Go ahead.
Well, so what do you guys think? What do you guys think of post-game content? Because like I'm kind of the thing that the game doesn't owe you post-game content. Once the game is over, that's the game.
Yeah, the game owes you the game.
Yeah.
Yeah. And there's no... And the line can get... Especially with RPGs, where like character development is sort of as much or as little as you want to do. I have a hard... Now... we were talking about it a little bit before the show. One game that I think does post-game content in a really interesting way, where like 75% of the game is post-game content, I'm doing the air quotes right now, is Super Mario Odyssey.
Oh, yeah.
Where like you beat the main campaign, it's only like 120 moons, but then beating that unlocks a bunch of
So
extra
many
moons.
more.
Yeah, well, it makes the game kind of a sandbox, which is something I think the post game could and should do. Is like, it's like, okay, well, you completed the game. The game is no longer driving you forward. What we are going to do is going to say, hey, you can still play this game. It's more like a toy than a game at this point.
Yeah.
Like Grand Theft Auto.
Like Grand Theft Auto. Grand Theft Auto is a great one because the game is not really even about the story.
Right.
They have some good writing. Not trying to take that away, but so much of Grand Theft Auto is not really
Playing the game.
It's
It's
not-
just doing whatever.
Yeah, exactly. There's not really a point A to point B, which is I think what good post game content does is it allows you to kind of like just have more fun in the world.
Yeah.
And there's so much optional content. I spent an amazing amount of time, an embarrassing amount of time that I'm not going to, I mean, hours. So inside Grand Theft Auto 5, there's the internet, right? An entirely fictitious internet.
Yeah,
And I stood there. I mean, the in-game characters were probably like, what's this man doing? He's just standing on the sidewalk on his phone. So really not that different from real life.
hey yo,
Oh!
take that. What's up? We're Banksy.
Boom! Yeah.
Okay.
Oh my God, he shredded that painting.
Oh
Did
my
you
God,
see
it was
that?
great.
I saw
That was
what
awesome.
a prank.
Someone
God,
did
he's
that.
been gone a while.
I've been gone a
He
while.
strikes again.
Yeah. But I just read the internet, and there was so much internet that you don't ever have to interact with because it doesn't do anything. It's just
insane.
content that people wrote. People spent time writing this content you never have to see. And So like optional content, post-game content, these are all things that like how much are you owed in your game? That's an interesting question.
I was just gonna say I have a hot take.
Give me your hot take.
Ooh, scorching hot take.
No game has done post-game content better than the Lego Star Wars games.
Go on.
You can make your own character.
You can make your own character. Like, you beat the game, but then there's so much more.
Like collectibles?
Oh, yeah.
Are there more? There aren't more levels, right? It's just you have.
Sometimes you can unlock. I know in the second one you can unlock.
Oh, there's the master studs, right, or something.
Yep. Well, that's more what it is.
They do all the like there's bounty hunter missions where you go work for Jabba the Hutt and.
Real? I don't remember this at all.
And then like you can like just like unlocking all the characters takes forever.
That is a great thing. Is that like once you beat the game, it's still just like, hey, here's this again a toy box of stuff.
Yeah.
Like here are more characters. That's more stuff for your creative character.
Yep.
That game encourages a lot of replayability. So like having good reasons to go back and tread through the levels, kind of like Mario Odyssey does. Having good reasons to go back and play through these levels in different, unique ways.
Yeah, because you got to go back and when I first played it, we didn't have R2D2 in our party, but now we do, so I can unlock this door.
Yeah. So let me hit you guys with this one.
Sure.
While we're talking about post game content,
Hit me with
and
it.
going back through the levels.
Give me a black eye.
Okay, bam! Here it comes, right hook of knowledge. So Spider-Man for the PlayStation 4
Oh my
recently released Ultimate Difficulty and New Game Plus.
Damn.
Does New
son.
Game Plus count as post game content?
Yes, it does.
Because you're doing the whole game again after you've beaten it,
But harder.
but different somehow.
Yeah.
So
How is it different?
But like rehashing the game, does that count? I haven't looked too deep into what New Game Plus gets you, but I assume you get to keep all your spider powers. As New Game Pluses want to do. I don't know if they remix the enemies, maybe.
The prestige, like in the Black Ops, the Call of Duty thing.
Right.
Yeah.
So does giving your players the option of rehashing your game again? Does that, so like if Pokemon gave you New Game Plus, would that mollify the internet's lust for post-game content?
I think so, because that's in a way, Gold and Silver, which I think are the best Pokemon games. Kind of what they did is once you beat Gold and Silver, once you beat Johto, it was like, hey, that's cool. But now you get to play through Kanto again.
Yeah,
that's
right.
kind of New Game Plus.
Welcome to
kind
Kanto.
of, yeah. Because again, it's giving your players a different way to explore the same game, which I like a lot. And again, in that way, it becomes more like a toy.
Yeah.
It's like, hey, I really like this game so much, and I want to see a lot of what it has to offer in different ways. You know?
Yeah, because you could also do stuff. I mean, if they just going crazy right now.
Oh, he's going crazy.
I'm going crazy right now.
Off the rails!
Because Pokemon could do something like scale everything to your level once you beat the game.
Yeah.
Or something like, something like Borderlands-y like that, where like, bam, now the entire game is the level of your highest level Pokemon across the board.
Well,
good luck.
That's interesting. I was going to say, in some of the games, I know Heart Gold, Soul Silver, they had a thing, and actually Gold and Silver, characters that you'd play after you beat them, they'd be like, well, let's exchange phone numbers. And like later
and they
in the
would
game,
call you and fight you again.
they'd be like, yeah, what's up? My Rattata is like even better now.
Oh, man. Let me get my Rattata drop kicking shoes
I'll come
on.
kill it again.
He's going to pop your knees off, bitch.
Oh, man.
He's here.
Do you wear shorts?
Yeah.
Shorts are comfy. I can't even fault him for that.
Yeah,
All right, let's do it.
You bitch your sweet ass. I wear shorts. I also got a 9 mil.
That's okay.
In the waistband of these shorts.
That seems unsafe.
See what happens when you mess with my Rattata, god damn it!
That's how Plaxico Burris got shot.
I don't think I've played that game.
Plaxico Burris' Pokemon?
Huh?
What?
Yes, that one. That's the one.
Plaxico Burris' Pokemon. Okay.
Pokemon Gunmetal version.
Love you, Plaxico. If you're listening.
What are some games you guys have played that you like the post-game content?
Ooh. There is, so I don't know if it counts. I already brought up Borderlands, but Borderlands has one of my favorite New Game Plus modes. So if that counts as post game content,
that's just where everything becomes as hard as.
So it institutes new rules for how the elemental effects work, and it scales everything to your level, and the treasure changes, and the maximum amount of difficulty of the hardest boss of the hardest characters becomes harder. So that was really fun, and I played through both true Vault Hunter mode and Ultimate Vault Hunter mode.
I really like the Borderlands series.
Yeah. So if that counts, I would perhaps place that for consideration upon the mantle right here in the center of our table.
Yeah,
thank you for your offering.
I think post-game content is content that is gate kept before you beat the game or become at a level where you can beat the game. Right? I think that's fair. Like, you have to have advanced so far that it's like, oh, post-game. It's kind of like, well, this is a bad example, but I was going to say World of Warcraft. A lot of the game content is post-game, technically.
Like raids and stuff.
Right. None of that, because there is a game to play. There's a lot of stuff that happens before you're level, I guess, 100 now.
Spicy.
Right? Or is it 110?
It might be 110 now.
Whatever it is, there's a lot of content before that, right? Like, there's a story and stuff. I've only played up to 100 once, so I don't really remember. But I kind of blew through it. But I know there's a lot of stuff before that, and then that's when like raids and stuff start. Like you were saying, it's when the
reason people actually play.
Correct. Yeah. How about you, Garrett?
Yeah, I'm gonna stick with what I said earlier. I think
Lego Star Wars.
Personal fave, Lego Star Wars. Those games are just so good.
I do like the Lego Star Wars games. Those are. I think at some other point we'll talk about our favorite co-op games because because the Star Wars game, the Lego games in general.
I've got a good one for that. I'll save it though.
Save it. Jump.
I'm saving it. Yeah, I'm gonna say either Lego Star Wars or what Nick said with Super Mario Odyssey because I'm playing it right now and it's so fun.
And it's just a testament to like when you do a good movement system. It's like I just want to keep doing it. I just want to, and like the stars are like candy. I want
to roll around and jump, and then go back into a roll and just do that on the sand level for 24 hours straight.
He's a little Italian motorcycle, is what he feels like. You know, he's got kind of that.
And sometimes he's on a little Italian motorcycle.
That's right.
That's true. Yeah, the moped. That's a really good point.
What about you, Evan? What's your favorite post-game content?
You know, I was hoping you guys would get to me last because I would have an answer by then.
Okay.
And then I forgot to get an answer.
This is what we in the improv community call putting yourself in danger.
Yes. I would, honestly, I think that Pokemon Emerald had some good stuff. Kind of in the same Pokemon. I really like the Battle Frontier.
Oh, that's right. Did they have the tower with Rayquaza at the top also?
Yep.
Or, yeah.
Yeah. I like that. Oh, God.
I think a good way to do post-game is the tower where you go floor by floor. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
So a lot of the Zelda games have done that.
Yeah.
I know Twilight Princess did. Breath of the Wild added it as DLC.
You know what? And this, God, I like this one kind of a lot, even though it's not really anything particularly special. Sonic Adventure 2 had, and any game that does this, I really like boss rush modes.
Oh yeah. Super Mario Odyssey does that as well.
Yeah, that's true.
There's like the dark side of and I'm having trouble with that word Odyssey today.
Yeah.
There's like the tower where you fight all the bosses.
Yeah.
That one's fun.
Yeah, I really like the, and I guess if I like that, I should just play Dark Souls, but I really like games like that. I'm trying to think. Monster Hunter?
Oh, I finally ordered that. I finally ordered Monster Hunter World.
Oh, yeah.
Nobody's getting Generations.
Well, why would I get the port of the not newest game?
Because it's good.
I mean, I'm sure it is, but I'm just
not even about the game.
I'm just gonna wait till they port the new one.
It's about playing it with your amigos.
Well, then you can wait too.
Damn it! I just listen, dear listener. I have been trying so hard to get people to get Monster Hunter Generations to play it with because I don't want to play it by myself, really, because I played it already. But I love playing Monster Hunter games with people. So, that's the background of that joke.
You can laugh now.
Yeah, please.
Please.
Well, so I guess that kind of covers post-game content. Do you guys want to head over to the bonus zone?
I do like the bonus zone.
Oh, we're calling it the bonus zone now?
No, it's the bonus level. I was just calling it the zonus bone.
Okay, here we go. We're there. Oh, now we're there.
Oh, we're here now?
Well, you always land on a coin. Like you come into the bonus level and then you land on a coin, which is where I was in that card store.
You land on a coin?
I just kept what's this giant coin doing here?
The camera's bad.
Where did it go? Just like sprung into the air and disappeared.
All right, welcome to the Get Wrecked bonus zone. Bonus level. I don't know why zone is
welcome to the Bone Zone.
Oh, yeah.
Can't call it the Bone Zone. This is for sponsors. This is where we give a little shout out to some of the folks who make this show possible.
Shouts out.
Garrett, would you like to do the first one?
Evan, I'd love to. I'm glad you asked. Yeah, our first sponsor is Echo Gear. Upgrade your gear and save 10% off by using the code 10RECTIFY. We build our monitor mounts with gamers in mind. Well, with ourselves in mind.
Well, that's
really.
good. I only trust gamers.
Because we're gamers too. And this is me reading from the perspective of Echo Gear. Just imagine when I'm just talking.
It's Papa Echo Gear.
Is Papa Echo
Old
Gear.
Xavier Echo Gear.
As the founder, Jonathan Echo Gear.
Patriarch of Echo Gear. Clutter, tip over, misalignment. We were over it. And our monitor mounts really reflect that. Sturdy, smooth moving stands that get your screen, or screens, up and off the desk. And look badass doing it.
Again, I like that they swore in the copy. It makes me feel cool.
I like it because I got to say it.
Yeah, it's true.
I hope Mother doesn't listen to this episode.
Yeah, anyway, Echo Gear is great. Again, that's a Rectify, 10 Rectify for
Yes.
your little 10%
At
off.
checkout.
Uh-huh. Nick, you want the next one?
Sure. You know what, guys? I'd like to talk to you a little bit about Outbreak Nutrition.
Please.
Please do.
Because...
I've been waiting for 2 weeks for you to do this.
Yeah, Outbreak Nutrition. First of all, let me go ahead and get you all your money. Use code RECTIFY for 15% off at Outbreak Nutrition. Now, I see the question in your eyes, listeners. What is Outbreak Nutrition? I'm glad you asked.
Please tell them.
So imagine yourselves in the dystopian future. You've all been there, whether it's your Fallout's dystopian future, or your Mad Max dystopian future, or your The Matrix dystopian future. Whichever dystopian future you prefer. Your Mario Odyssey dystopian future.
You've got options.
Are we including Mario Odyssey in the dystopian future?
I was.
Is that because people are forks now?
Yeah, there's like people who are forks. Apparently the lava is candy or something. All candy turns to lava.
I think for an Italian to be a hero, everything needs to be wrong. Something has got to be. Things have got to be bad for the Italian to be the great guy.
It's like, oh man, this is a dystopian future. Our only hope is a vaguely Italian sort of homunculus character.
Mamma mia. Oh yeah, because he's totally not a person.
He's not shaped like a person.
Yeah, no.
You go to New Donk City, and apparently the lady that he rescued is like a regular sized person. Pauline.
Anyway.
She don't need no man.
No, she do not.
But she hangs out with Mario. Actually, there is a dystopian future level. You go and you fight that dragon
The
boss.
dragon.
Oh,
yeah.
Yeah, you fight the
God,
The
that's
ruined kingdom.
Oh
Yeah.
my God, what a weird. I love that level so much because it's like, well, guess we're playing Bayonetta for a hot second.
Yeah.
It really is oh man, that's a great
All right, so picture the dragon level for Mario Odyssey.
You're in the dragon level of Mario Odyssey.
Oh God, there's so many things
I'm
and
here
chains
now.
I gotta break.
Just like, yeah, and there's like a dragon who's sort of like miserable but still fighting you.
Who
But you can
looks
see-
not fun.
No.
Bowser's
Unlike
there.
The rest of the game.
Yeah, this is like a legit, and then you're hungry. Just think about that
I'm
for a second.
screwed.
What am I gonna do? I got no time.
Well, don't worry. Outbreak Nutrition is there for you.
What? Thank God.
Because you went there, you put in Rectify in the checkout, you save 15%. You got 15% more nutrition,
I did do that.
and now you're ready to battle the dragon.
Hell
Rectify
yeah.
at checkout. Outbreak Nutrition.
Nice, cool. Well,
Thanks for the tip.
Yeah, I'm here for you. It's a public service announcement about nutrition and fighting
it.
dragons in the post-apocalypse.
Yeah.
don't you hate when you're?
Oh,
When
yes.
Yeah, right.
Oh, I
All right,
hate that.
So don't you hate that?
I do.
All right. Well.
Now, what's that next thing you're about to say?
All right. Well, different. Don't you dislike it?
Oh, yeah.
When you're selecting characters and somebody selects yourself, and
Yeah.
you're like, what are you gonna do? Now you can't pick that. Yeah, you can't pick yourself.
I can't be me.
Wait, there's a better way. Get yourself an alternate costume.
Oh, nice.
Oh,
From
that's where you were
Meta
going with that.
Yeah, official jersey company of Rectify Gaming. They're comfy. They look good. You can get our logo on them. Need I say more?
I'm really just waiting for the meta threads release when I can finally get my lifelong dream of a jersey with Garrett's face on it.
Yeah.
Chop, meta threads.
They have the technology. I know they do.
It's there. And honestly,
They just don't like me.
you do keep calling them. Like, I mean, you do it like every couple of hours. I feel like it's not welcome.
You've been calling them conservatively 3 to 10 times a day.
We recorded late because you were on the phone with them.
I just wanted to call to say that I missed them.
Just want to know what they're thinking about. Meta threads. That's actually a great way to put it. It's like get your player 2 costume.
Yeah.
Or your
Yeah.
player 1 costume and make your current look your player 2 costume.
Yeah, because your current look sucks.
Or you can just get 2 looks and
Yeah.
just like trash both ones that you had.
Get your post-game content when you beat the game.
Boom.
You get new jerseys. It's like Link's pajamas in Wind Waker.
Yeah.
Boomsy.
Or all of your Spider-Man costumes.
In Spider-Man. Which game?
Yeah.
Spider-Man for Spider-Man.
Nah, it doesn't sound that.
Spider-Man
Wait, there's a Spider-Man game?
for the Spider-Man, yeah.
The hell, I haven't heard about that.
For the Atari Spider-Man.
Sorry, Spider-Man.
All right, who wants the next one?
Give me that last one.
Garrett. Oh, there's
Give me
one
that
more.
last.
There's one more that's not on the sheet.
Oh, you
I'm a big doofus.
you devil.
I
I did not know there was a fifth.
I had a trick up my sleeve the whole time.
And you're wearing a short sleeved shirt.
I know, it should have been easy to see.
Yeah, so here is our next ad. You don't want to waste your valuable time installing products.
I don't.
You don't. We totally get that. That's why we made sure our mounts are super easy to install. Oh, wait.
That's Echo Gear again.
I'm really good.
Control
Oh,
freak.
I see.
We haven't done control
You-
freak. I mean, I love Echo Gear.
No, I agree. I do too. But the way you wrote these are just...
There's multiple copy points for Echo Gear.
Wait, so can I talk about Control Freak?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Oh, for sure. Please do.
Baby.
Please do.
Oh, baby. Control Freak. Do not even get me started on these cats.
I'm dangerous.
Not Mad Cats.
Not Mad Cats. Not Mad Cats.
No.
Quite the opposite. They make the best grips for your controllers. And sometimes your sticks, they're just too small for your thumbs, and you're like slipping, and you're like messing up, and you're missing. You're playing SWAT on Halo Reach, and you're trying to get those headshots, but you're just whiffing it, and you suck. And like everybody's like, dude, you suck. What do?
Well, yeah, I mean, what do you do?
Well, you go to Control Freak, and you use RCG at checkout to save 10% on any of their fantastic products. You're going to get the best controller grips. You're going to get those thumb mounts. You're going to get so many other things besides those two things that I said.
The only problem with Control Freak is once you do all that,
Yeah.
if you still suck, then it's you.
They can't help you there. You're SOL. That's what we call in the biz, SOL.
Can I do one for Control Freak? I thought of a good one.
Go ahead.
Say you got a friend over,
Okay.
right? You're bringing them over to play that new Call of Duty game that everyone's all the kids.
So
talking
we're make pretending. I see.
and let's just say that you want to show off and just make them feel like a real jackass.
Yeah.
You hand them the Mad Catz controller or whatever. That's great. And you're
Idiot.
like, you get that controller, and I'm gonna have this one. And you want to make them feel just like a dick.
Yeah.
You just bring out one with the Control Freak nubs and the grips, and you just really show off. I mean, these people are gonna be like, "Oh, that guy's probably."
What is wrong with you?
Don't know.
This guy's probably sponsored.
He's probably.
Look at how well he's playing. Normal people don't play like this.
They don't.
This man is clearly sponsored. This must be Lu Bu.
It's that or robot hands. It's one of two things. He's sponsored by Control Freak, or he's got robot hands.
That's what he's like, man. Why do you have such a good controller? And you're like, man, I know you've been having sex with my wife,
Oh, I do hate it when that
and I
happens.
wanted to
That's
make
the
you feel
worst.
really bad about it.
So I guess we're even now.
We're even now. Now let's be friends again and play some zombies.
I played the new Zombies.
It's
Oh, is it?
great, right? It's great.
It's pretty fun.
Is it fun?
Yeah, it's pretty fun.
Oh my god, this is not that funny.
Sorry, guys, that's the end of the podcast. There's no second half.
We broke Evan.
We have to euthanize Evan.
Get a new one. Get one from storage.
Just get rid of the whole damn Evan.
Oh, we got one more. We got one more sponsor.
Let's just can we do like a
And Evan, you didn't write down the last sponsor,
It's
so we can't.
Honorable Gaming Chairs. They're so
Oh,
good.
okay. Yes, they are so good.
They are
I
so
don't
good.
have they don't have copy for us, but I really like the way that they feel on my butt.
one day, we're gonna be able to show you our butts in these chairs.
That is the plan, actually.
That is the plan.
We'll do one of those WikiHow articles on how to sit.
Yeah.
And,
It's like
Audible
7
gaming chair.
steps too long.
Yeah.
I have
With
I feel
really
like-
bad drawings, too. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like full bore IKEA drawings. Like,
Yes.
and like your chair should include, but all in pictures, so you can't like. I feel like we have a lot to contribute to the sitting technology as a whole. The three of us have so much experience.
We're doing it right now.
Yeah, we're doing it right now, super casually. We have like combined something like 75, 80 years of sitting experience.
I got to tell you, been doing this podcast for a little while with you folks. Be much worse if we had to stand.
Yeah.
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 I can't stand standing, you know? You know what I mean?
I know what you mean.
You know what I mean.
I know what you mean. All right, you guys want to leave the bonus zone?
Aw, but I like it here so much.
Hey,
is
we'll be
cozy.
back next time.
That's right.
You promise?
I promise.
All right, fine. Let's go back to the podcast. Hi, we're back in the podcast.
Oh my god, that was. God, my brain hurts.
You can take the podcast out of the bonus zone, but you can't take the bonus zone out of the podcast.
Ain't that the truth?
Bonus stage, I guess.
Bonus stage,
Right.
the bone zone.
I thought we were talking. We are calling it the Bone Zone.
You can't call it the bone zone.
Is that
There are
correct?
People, I don't know. I said somebody was going to sleep with my wife,
Only if but you get to use your sick controller.
but I get to use the sick control.
Yeah.
So it's an even trade.
Do you think Control Freak is gonna like that?
I think so. I think they like because the control freak's the good guy in that situation.
Yeah.
The guy who uses control freak, he's the one that wants to make up, right?
I guess.
He's
Yeah.
doing the mature adult thing and saying, "Hey, I think we can save our friendship."
But also, you're saying that someone his wife. So.
Well, yeah, but like anybody can anyone's wife. Anybody can have sex with anyone's wife. That's
Yeah.
None of these products. And I really want to stress this. None of these products could save you from adultery.
No, that's a tough.
We're
That's a tough
looking
save.
for one. If you were for a product,
Although, if you're looking for a chair to commit adultery in, might I recommend the Audible Gaming chair? Very comfortable chair.
you know that,
guys, Ty just messaged me. Yep, we lost all of our sponsors.
Except for Audible Gaming chairs, I would assume, because
Especially
that's a big
Audible Gaming chairs.
you know where that Metathreads jersey would look real good.
Hey, yeah, on someone's wife.
This is a podcast about video games.
And our topic for this section is kind of similar to our last topic. It's kind of going into the post-game content. It's how long should video games be? Because I saw an article, and maybe you guys saw this one as well, about the new Assassin's Creed game. Now, I've never really liked the Assassin's Creed games. I don't think they're particularly good. I like the second one, and I've heard Black Flag is good, but other than that, they just have not. Something about him has just not interested me. You know, I think it's because as an Italian, I'm more interested in seeing myself as a goofy hatted man. And this guy wears no hats.
No hats, just a
No.
hood, just a hoodie all the time.
I don't
different.
like how sneaky he is. I think that's a bad stereotype
Yeah,
for Italians.
What's he hiding?
I know.
You
Who
know?
knows?
Well, murders. He's hiding his
that what it-
his
is that what it
predilection
was?
for murder.
Okay.
Do he got all his fingers?
I don't know if that.
No,
really
it's
comes
only
up.
the first guy that was missing a finger.
Yeah,
Altair.
I don't like that either.
Yeah.
I don't
no.
like the stereotype that all Italians are missing their finger.
Well, he wasn't Italian.
Who wasn't? Oh no, he wasn't.
He was
Not Italian.
yeah. He
Anyway.
was Middle Eastern.
Yeah,
Anyway,
Persian or something?
I'm very interested in Assassin's Creed Odyssey because I really, really like that like Greek theme, and I don't think we've had a really great game kind of explore like a pantheon that
Well,
kind
what
of.
about God of War?
Just the one where you go through and murder all the gods. Oh god.
Bye, Evan.
All right, podcast is yours now, boys.
But even the most recent God of War was all the all the Scandinavian mythology.
Hey,
Right.
yeah,
Yeah.
So
Oh, Evan, you're back.
I'm back.
we just did a soft reset on Evan's firmware, and we are good to go.
God, this episode has been.
I just held down the power button, and we just power cycled him real quick. He's ready to go.
We have tried turning it off and back on again.
Okay,
So here we go.
here's what I'll say about God of War: is a lot of God of War is not really spent time getting to know that world. It's kind of a world after that world, right? A lot of
Sure.
it is kind of post-apocalyptic. You see people like running around and stuff because there are, gods that have ascended to Earth that you have to fight. This isn't like you're not really one of them. So we haven't really got that where you're like a soldier or something like that. And I know there have been a few. Rise,
Like Rise, Son of Rome, or something.
which I never played, but I
think it got pretty panned.
Yeah.
if I remember correctly.
Yeah.
right.
It's like an Xbox One release game that for some reason single player microtransactions. Don't get me started on that one.
yeah,
Oof.
yeah, exactly. But
I'm sorry, Garrett. I just puked on your nice microphone.
Oh, that's okay. That's not mine.
Yeah.
Oh, nice. Sorry, Evan. I just puked on your nice microphone.
Oh, it's not mine.
Oh, well, I'm gonna keep going then.
I saw an article that said, yeah, Assassin's Creed Odyssey is really good, but it only gets good around 50 hours into the game. And I was just like, oh my God,
Wow.
what are you talking
It
about?
better be good.
50 hours?
50 hours.
50?
That's insane.
50.
That's 2 whole games.
That's
That's
Yeah.
two 20-hour games and
say,
then half of another 20-hour game.
The last Assassin's Creed game that I played wasn't even 50 hours.
right. So, and I don't think that there's anything wrong with having a game that is up to that many hours.
Sure.
But I don't know.
But
I
like
love
50,
Skyrim.
50 hours of prologue seems pretty extreme.
Yeah.
Do you think the game should be that long? Do you think games should have, aim for more of a movie thing where they're shorter? Because I'll tell you, one of the best games I've played in the last, 10 years, one of the best games I've ever played is Owl Boy, and that game is 4 or 5 hours long. It's ridiculously short, maybe 8 if you're really stretching it. But that game is a nice, concise story. What a game that's 150 hours long tells me is that you've made a cool world, but there's not a specific story you want to tell.
Yeah.
Right?
Certainly not a co. Well, although I will say as a counterpoint to that, one of my
Persona
favorite
5.
games, Persona 5.
Yeah.
Of course, I'm the guy that just got back from Japan, so
Would you say right? Well, so I've played a little bit of Persona 5. Would you say that game needed to have been that long?
did it need to be that long? Well,
that's a little different, I will say, because that is and maybe Assassin's Creed is like this too, but that game is kind of about the day to day.
Yeah,
Right.
because it's 2 games.
Right.
I didn't realize that the game I so wanted to play was half a plucky group of people battling the physical manifestations of the worst desires of humanity, and also a Japanese high school social experience simulator. I didn't realize that was the game that I wanted so much, and I played it for 100 hours for sure. It although to your point, it's not like it takes 50 hours to get going.
Right.
You get into, because it takes place over the course of a year.
Yeah.
And so it does get going a little slow, probably 2 or 3 hours of prologue, but and then you're sort of like, all right, here's
time,
here's
baby.
everything, and stuff's going to continue to unlock, but you're pretty much, don't blow this.
Yeah.
You're like, the training wheels are off. So even that didn't have a 50-hour intro. It was just 3 hours of intro, which is still kind of long. I would like it's if it takes you, or I forget if it was 3 or 5 hours. It was hours before you like getting into it.
Oh, was it? Yeah, I played Persona. Well, Persona 5 actually does something different, because I tried playing Persona 4 and was like, meh.
Yeah. And
Persona 5 at least has kind of a hook. It starts you like right where the action is.
Yeah,
you know?
you get falsely accused of a crime.
Yeah.
And but I will also be the first to admit that Persona is not for everyone. Right? It's not
I've never
a game.
played it.
It's one of those games. I have several friends who are like, I want to play that, but because of the time constraints, it's very difficult to like 100% it in one
Yeah.
play. And I got some friends just like, yeah, I don't really feel like getting a strategy guide and like reading the game as I play
Yeah.
it. And it's like, well, just don't 100% it. He's like, nah.
100%ing a game is just I've never really, and I'm not, this is to no credit for people who do it, but I'm just a big like, there's a lot of games out there, man.
Yeah.
And I want to have time to try and do it. So unless it's a game I really, really like, I don't really even bother with the 100%.
Same.
Yeah.
I don't know if I've ever 100%ed.
I 100%ed Pokemon
Yeah.
Diamond.
Pokemon
and I
Snap.
think one of the Halo games I
Ooh.
definitely 100%.
I 100% in Pokemon
good.
Snap twice.
Really?
Nice.
Got the Mew, went into the thing,
Oh, that's a tough one.
and
Yeah, that is
also
tough.
successfully evolved the Magikarp into a Gyarados. That's really hard.
Yeah.
In the River Valley
Oh,
level.
that's a great
Yeah.
one. Yeah, I love that
Yeah,
one.
all kinds of, yeah.
Pikachu on a
Man.
surfboard.
Pikachu on a surfboard, of course.
Yeah.
That's a classic.
Because obviously we got to talk about Pokemon Snap. But what?
Oh,
why-
so what's a reasonable amount of time for a game to get started? Or how
Right.
long should games be?
Well, I was gonna say, why do you think games should be this long? Because like back in the day, games couldn't be this long.
Right.
So they
There's
made them
just
really hard. So
hardware
they,
limitations.
Right. Yeah. I mean, what does a game need to say that's 150 hours worth of content?
I mean, it's really just how long can you keep your game good?
Yeah.
It seems like, because it was my initial response. Because like I was fully engaged with Persona 5 for all 100 hours that I played it. I was not fully. It's like back to Assassin's Creed 4. I played until I was the best pirate I could possibly be. And then when I realized that even if I kept doing assassin stuff, I couldn't get any better at being a pirate admiral. It's like, oh, okay, well, I'm done with
Well,
this game.
That's the game. That's all, folks.
Yeah, because like the pirate simulator part was really fun.
Yeah.
And I only suffered through the assassins parts because it would gate off pirate content from me. That's all I had. So it's
Just
like,
make a damn pirate game.
if they would just make the pirate part of Black Flag, I would play that.
Yeah.
I've actually thought about going back and playing Black Flag again just so I can be the pirate admiral one more time.
Some post-game content right there.
If you know what I'm saying.
I
don't
do.
know. What do you think, Garrett, in terms of game length?
Well, and this is the comment I'd like to make is going back to that long ass prologue in the new Assassin's Creed game. They did the same thing in Assassin's Creed 3.
Really?
You've got to
really?
play as the guy's dad for like, I don't remember how many hours, but before you even get to play as the main character,
Ugh.
it's just bullshit as the guy's dad.
And they did that with Kingdom Hearts too, and Kingdom Hearts 2. They did it with Kingdom Hearts 2, as well. Kingdom Hearts 2 in that
that's
game.
right. You play as
Roxas.
Roxas. For,
Roxas,
like,
you're in Twilight Town. Remember how the thrilling conclusion of Kingdom Hearts 1, and then there's Kingdom Hearts Chain of Memories, and that opens more questions, and then some kid and his pals.
Then you're Roxas and his
Hainer
pals for like 5 hours.
Hainer and Pence are here. What's up? And I, eventually grow to like those characters. But it's a weird intro to a game, I think.
It is.
Yeah.
Put that section at a different point, but don't start with that. You know?
Absolutely.
And then like
Like-
Sora wakes up and it's just funny because his clothes don't fit.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh, this is a fun visual gag.
And then you forget, you don't really play as Roxas again after that, right? If I'm not mistaken. Maybe once?
I think you just interact with him.
Yeah. He's
Yeah,
in the game.
Yeah, I don't
He's-
think you. Yeah.
Right. And those games are pretty long too.
So is it a percentage? Are you supposed to play Assassin's Creed Odyssey for 225 damn hours?
I don't think that's real. I think part of it is that they made a world that they wanted to be big and stuff, and they wanted a reason for you to explore all of it, which I get, because like if you're going to spend time making a world so big, you want to give your
people
players
to go there.
correct.
Yeah.
But so what the real reason behind it is that you have to grind a lot.
Mm-hmm.
The game comes to a screeching halt, and you have to grind out to get good and get your powers and stuff.
Yeah.
Which I think is not a great way to, which is the opposite of Zelda, which is how Zelda did it, where it's like you have this whole world and no direction at all, pretty much.
Yeah.
You're told, you're just kind of dropped in the world, and it assumes the player is going to want to explain things. It's not, nothing is gated behind power level, really, except maybe Ganon, I would say.
Yeah,
Right.
going
And
like,
even that, people have beat Zelda in 40 minutes.
Yeah.
with like 3
'Cause you-
hearts. Yeah.
Yeah, because you can go straight to the boss. You just have to fight all 4 bosses that you're supposed to fight on the way. In
Right.
the most insane boss rush mode ever.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And don't get me wrong, I think that like there should be scaling. I don't think a lot of games should do the Zelda thing, because you want your character to feel more powerful as you go on.
Yeah.
Right? That being said, I don't want any content. I don't want to have to stop playing the game to get over that hump. You know what I mean?
Yeah, required grinding is an unusual thing. That seems kind of out of date.
It is. I think absolutely. I think it goes back to kind of the games used to be very short because they simply could not fit much game. But now we're kind of past that. So we don't really need these artificial grind stones unless that's the point of the game, like a Monster Hunter. Right.
Because like if the form, like Diablo, the format of the game, or like the point of the game is very much the loot explosion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
Absolutely.
you go, you fight big bosses, they drop all kinds of crazy maces and stuff, and like that's like the compelling part. And so but in Odyssey, if it's like preventing you from seeing what happens next until you hit a level gate,
Right.
that seems
It's like, oh, well, I just gotta fart around for another 3 hours.
it's gonna go fight idiots for 3 hours, and then
I'll go kill wolves. I'm gonna go fight wolves.
Wolves.
You know what? Some of the most fun I've ever had in a video game is fighting wolves and collecting pelts.
That's my favorite.
Put that in every game.
My favorite thing is when somebody asks me to go talk to somebody else.
And then I have to go talk to them, and I say, please deliver this letter to someone else. And you say, okay, I'm the main character. I love that game.
that's pretty much the most compelling. Yeah, like the bring the thing to the other person
Yeah.
for a
Yeah.
thing.
Uh huh.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or you have to. Oh, I love mining for ore.
Ooh.
Don't you boys love ore?
Yeah.
When you have to bring somebody ore or coal, perhaps, or maybe even wood.
Or like diamonds.
It shows the element of the game that is forging that you will never use.
Well, that's why I can't play MMOs.
Yeah. Yeah.
Why are they making? This is a tangent, but Fallout 76. There's been some news about, right? Like I guess the
Yes.
beta's coming out or something.
Yeah, I want to touch on that. I think next episode, because
Fair,
it's a bigger
fair.
question, because it's coming out with bugs.
And why is it why make it an online game?
But here's what I'll say about Fallout 76 before next episode. I think that I am very excited for an MMO. I think I'm very excited for an MMO Fallout, and I'm very excited for a like prologue to Fallout. I don't know how I feel about those two games being the same thing.
Yeah, I guess an MMO is fine, but I want a regular Fallout, kind of like Elder Scrolls Online, if you have to. But I would also like
Elder Scrolls Online.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess I am judging from a place of not having played it, but also I just like being the most important person in the world.
Yeah,
and I can't be if it's online.
That's true. and then part of those games is the very goofy power fantasy of I shout and this guy goes ragdoll. You know, like.
But like, no, now everyone can shout and everyone goes ragdoll.
Yeah.
I want to have a majority stake in this world by just taking everything that's not stapled to the ground.
No, God damn it! I didn't mean to take that. It's fine. It's
all right.
fine.
I guess I'm just gonna have to fight all these guards.
I'm not gonna pay their 30 gold ransom.
And it just takes some of the weight when they say like you're the only one who can do this. It's like, well, what about all these idiots over here?
What about John?
The other million people playing.
This guy's name is 420 Blaze at 69. Is he also the only one who can do this?
Yeah, I just saw you say that to him.
Yeah. What about Johnny 420 Blaze 69?
You thought I was out of earshot?
Yeah. I was right here. I was walking up as you were finishing this conversation.
The same conversation with the aforementioned 420 Blaze 69.
The bubble was still on your head.
Yeah.
Okay.
I had to wait until you finished saying that to him before I could talk to you.
And what about this guy coming up? Are you going to say the same thing to him?
Yeah, this guy's just like XX and then a bunch of letters and numbers XX.
Hey, buddy, the name's XX, bunch of numbers XX, and I am the chosen one. All right?
No, I'm the chosen one.
Do you mind?
My name is Xavier Echo Gear, and I'm the chosen one.
Save your Echo Gear.
Guys, I just realized that I want to play a D&D campaign where there are like literally every person that lives in the country is the chosen one.
Everybody has a different prophecy attached to them.
Everyone is the chosen one.
Everyone escaped from jail.
When everyone's the chosen one,
I would love that
no
game.
one is.
Actually, my favorite characters tend to be the ones who aren't chosen, who aren't the special ones. You know,
Just
I like
the scrappy ones.
like Krillin.
Oh yeah,
I love the Krillins of any series. You know, like that guy who's like, no, I'm not the chosen one, but I am the like Samwise,
Neville Longbottom,
Joey Wheeler. Yeah.
Neville Longbottom.
Yeah, the ultimate. I love Neville Longbottom.
Yeah, he's not even good at stuff.
No, but he pulls the sword out from the hat.
He sure does.
He sure does.
He sure does.
So. Games.
Sorry, I derailed us from game length.
I think games should be shorter. I don't think we need a lot of games behind grind content anymore.
Yeah, I think your game can be as long as it needs to be. Because I don't know that Persona. I keep it because that's just the longest game I think I've ever played, and
it's a long one.
And but it's a narrative from front to back, and there is no post game content.
Right.
There's like the game ends, and that's the end of the game. The credits roll, and that's it. You can do New Game Plus if you want.
Yep.
But there's no additional story there. You can now when you do New Game Plus. There's probably stuff you miss because it's hard to get the entire experience on one playthrough.
God, that's insane. I mean, that's probably what adds to the greatness of it. But.
Yeah, because I just played it totally organically.
Yeah.
And without looking stuff up, and so I didn't hit max like social stuff with everybody, and so there's side stuff I didn't do, and but there's stuff like because of the way the time works, if you don't route a path through the game precisely, you just can't.
Yeah.
And so it's sort of like real life, right? Like by choosing to do stuff, you must choose to not to do other stuff.
Things have opportunity costs, which is some of the appeal of that game, I think. And games like it.
And so if you are like 100% gamer, and if that doesn't sound like, you will not enjoy Persona 5. So don't even. But if you try it and you're like, oh, this is an interesting, just sort of like myself simulator. What would I do in these situations? And also I get to fight giant manifestations, metaphysical stuff.
Yeah.
Super sweet.
Nice.
So that game doesn't offend me being 100 hours, but it's different from the grind that I think we're talking about.
That's where you don't need to artificially make your games longer because your game is probably long enough.
That's a great way to put it. Yep. You don't have to artificially inflate your games anymore.
Yeah.
Or you're saying Owlboy is a tight experience.
Owlboy is super tight, and I really appreciated it for it. That was a game I walked away being like, man, I probably would have played more of this, but I don't feel like I needed it. You know, they told the story they wanted to tell, and they probably could have had some like other levels that they didn't really need to put in, but they kept it lean, and that's cool.
That's smart.
Yeah.
Like Portal 1. Did you guys play Portal 1?
Portal 1's a great example.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
That is a tight game.
Yeah.
It's like a walnut in a corset, just tight.
It's like you can play that in 2 hours.
Yeah.
So good.
But there was never a point where I was like, eh.
Yeah, right. It keeps you interested and enthralled the whole time.
Yeah.
Because that's the thing that I think games like this risk you losing is like, if they're so long, they can be kind of intimidating. And like, again, most people who play it, not everyone, of course, because there are a lot of people who do really like to put that much time into games, and I think there should be games for those people. But I also don't think the game should be locked behind, like, oh, you only really play this if you could put 150 hours. Because it's like, some people are like, oh, well, I'm a college student, I can't, or I have a job and I can't, I have, kids and a wife and I can't.
Yeah.
Like that kind of thing. All right.
If you still have a wife.
If you still have one, not apparently if you're playing Assassin's Creed.
If you're playing Assassin's Creed. What about like Mario Party? Like games that have no single, not that they have no single player mode, but there just is no narrative at all.
That's a good question.
How do you
these are some of my favorite games personally.
Yeah, like Mario Kart. I guess you can finish. Yeah. And PvP is a totally different animal.
Yeah,
because like you can play, I mean, to your point about not Destiny Prestige, but Black Ops Prestige or Call of Duty Prestige.
Yeah.
Holy shit. People will put hours and hours and hours and hours.
Well, I think those games are kind of different because those aren't, the player gets to like, you can be done with those whenever you want. They're not really the point of those games, and they do have story modes, so I'm not trying to take away from the Black Ops story or anything, because some of them are good, but what I am going to say is that those experiences are not planned. Right. This is not a specific experience they're trying to give you. They're trying to make a game. They're trying to make a sport.
Yeah.
Right?
The emergent narrative that comes from people conflicting.
Exactly, which is very different. And different. I don't think you can put a length on those. You know what I mean?
Can't put a price on that, baby.
That's true.
You can. Fortnite is free. So free, I guess.
Yeah. or $59.99, I guess.
Or 60 or 80.
Yeah.
Well, we haven't even. Oh yeah, that's right. That's another topic for next week.
Or
oh my God,
$1 million.
The $1 million.
All right, we'll just talk about it next week. All right, folks, let's close up. What are you guys playing this week? Do we have a sound effect for this? I think we do.
Man.
Where the video games?
Yeah, we do have you mean
Where the video games?
That's the one.
Garrett, what are you guys playing this week?
Oh man, I haven't really been playing a whole lot of anything. I've been reading recently, but I do want to talk about a game that I'm very hyped for.
Okay.
This happened while Nick was out of the country, so we didn't really get to talk about it on the show. But the leaked footage for that Harry Potter RPG that's coming out.
Oh my God!
What?
Boy.
That's a Harry Potter RPG?
Oh boy!
Yeah.
As soon as we're done recording, we are gonna watch that together. It looks so insane.
Yeah. It's like, I don't even know. It's like so good looking.
Yeah.
And concept wise is so good that it like can't be real to me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because one of the game, it would be like a Pokemon MMO coming out that everybody wants. You know that thing that everyone's like, oh man, everybody really wants this game.
We're getting that.
Yeah.
So where is it set?
Hogwarts.
Yeah.
You're a
Hogwarts in the 1800s.
You're a student.
Yep, and you.
So this is pre-Voldemort and all that stuff.
And you get sorted into your house, and you go on all sorts of magical adventures.
How does it sort you into a house?
I don't know.
I don't know, man. I don't know, man. But I'm excited.
You load your Tinder profile in there, and it like sorts you based on.
Yep.
So that's what I'm looking forward to.
How about you, Nick?
I've actually been playing The World Ends With You Final Mix for the Switch.
Oh, did you get it
Final
digitally or
remix.
physically?
I had to get it digitally because I was
going to ask you to borrow it.
I had to pre-install it so that I could play it when it came out. So Jetlag is a terrible person. Jetlag is. And so I pre-installed it in the States, and then when it came out, I could actually play it in Japan.
Yeah, I get it. I really wanted to play it, and I don't know if I want to buy it.
That's fair. It's
How are you liking it?
I'm really enjoying it. I played it originally on the DS.
Do you have it on the DS?
Yeah.
Can I borrow that?
Oh yeah. Oh, for sure.
Great, because I've wanted to play it for a really long time. The control scheme is definitely. They had to figure out how to bring it because it was designed for the DS. How is the port? Because you said, they must have changed it entirely.
They had to. And my only complaint is it's hard to play with the Wiimotes, with the Joy-Cons. It's hard to play with the Joy-Cons.
Yeah.
And one of the things I was really excited about was playing this game on my TV. And it's really hard to play with the Joy-Cons. So like the touchscreen controls are pretty good, but I really wanted the Joy-Cons to be better.
Well, can you put them on your little controller thing?
No, there is no way to use buttons.
You've got to use the motion.
Yeah, you have to use gestures, and so you pretty much simulate the touch controls by aiming the thing and hitting
What are
the
they
A button.
like, by the way? It's because it's not a rhythm game, right?
No, so you equip different attacks and spells and stuff, and they
Interesting.
activate by different touch motions because it's designed with the DS screen in mind, right? So you're supposed to play with a stylus on a DS. So it's like tap attacks, drag attacks, slash attacks,
I see.
Circle. All different kinds of gestures that you do to activate your different attacks. And then your partner plays on the top screen. This is the original version, and you control them with the D-pad. So you you control yourself on the lower screen with touch controls, and you control your partner on the top screen with the D-pad or the ABXY.
That's crazy.
Wow.
It's nuts. And I recommend if you're trying it out on the DS, just spam the top one and don't look at it and just control yourself. Because your health is the only one that really matters.
Right.
They don't have health, they just have your health as well.
Gotcha.
And then once you sort of get used to how your pins work and you can sort of engage attacks and then sort of look and try to do better, but you can just spam right and you'll do fine with your partner. Obviously, there's not two screens anymore, so they had to figure out. So now each partner is its own gesture.
Oh.
So like the one partner is a tap attack, another partner is a downwards slash attack, and another one is like a drag.
I wonder why they chose to port this game because it wasn't super huge, right? Or was it?
This is from years
it's
ago. This is like 2007, right? Or
I
Yeah,
just-
that sounds right.
Yeah, it's just weird to me that you're like, okay, this game was very specifically made for this console. Let's remake it. It's going to be
this might be one that did better
overseas.
Like it did so well internationally. And I think it did fine in the States.
Yeah,
but I don't
know all the people who played it, and it's in the Kingdom Hearts games.
It is.
Yeah.
It is indeed. And it might be one of those like Fight Club kind of ones where it just kept. Even maybe it didn't have like a tidal wave of support, but just like
Kept it,
solid
yeah.
for like Family Guy, like something like that.
Oh
Yeah.
God.
So I don't know for sure. None of that is based on stuff that I know.
Right, of
I'm
course.
just making stuff up
Yeah.
for why because I know that they actually ported it first to tablets and stuff. That was
Oh,
the
they
first
did?
port. They
There's
did,
a mobile one.
Yeah, and then
Interesting.
and then the Switch is
Kind of a tablet. Yeah.
yeah, and so they I never had it for tablets. I had it for the DS and then straight to the Switch.
Right.
So. It might be cheap on tablets though if you want to go through the final remix version.
I'd probably just rather play the if it's. I mean, if you don't
Yeah,
mind,
not at all,
letting it,
not at all.
I'll trade you a. Have you played the Phoenix Wright games?
No,
Perfect. I'll
I'd
trade you
love to
those.
play Phoenix Wright.
Oh,
Yeah,
they're my favorite. They are. I am so effing excited they're coming to the Switch.
yeah,
Because
so,
I'm gonna replay them.
yeah, so that's what about you, Evan? What you been playing?
So I've been playing some Hearthstone, of course, as per usual. Soul Calibur 6. Me and my brother are diehard Soul Calibur fans.
Nice. What do you think?
I've
What do you
seen
think of the new one?
character creator.
That's
just
the plan.
Insane.
So I haven't played it that much, but me and my brother are gonna get like a 30 rack this weekend, and just if you boys want to join,
I do.
I would love to lose at Soul Calibur over and over
just
again.
make the squad and just make characters.
Oh, yeah.
Me and my brother have been Soul Calibur fans since 1, right?
Yeah.
Not quite Soul Edge, but Soul Calibur. We had it on the Dreamcast, and then we had 2 on the GameCube.
Oh, 2
3,
on the
4.
GameCube.
That was so
I
good.
love
Two-
that one.
Everybody had 2.
Oh,
2 is like
So
the
good.
second best one.
Oh, what's the best one?
3.
Really?
3 is by far the best one.
I don't think I played the third
4 is
one.
really good too because it kind of it blows the character creator like wide open.
Yeah.
I like 4 a lot. I've probably put the most hours in 4. I was very, very, very good at 4 online. I think I lost 1 game.
Wow.
Genuinely, it was like one maybe 2. I did not lose a lot in that game, and I played it a ton.
Were you using Control Freak controllers?
I was
I believe
not
it.
at the time,
Oh,
but I will
dang.
this time. So
Imagine the damage you'll do with the.
With the
yeah. So SoCal on the PS4 is kind of the thing.
Did
I'm
they do
doing this week?
Did they do console specific characters again? Or is it
no,
Geralt and all of them?
Just Geralt.
Is he the only guest character?
Yep, I believe so.
Maybe they'll do
But
DLC.
I think they're gonna do some DLC.
they will.
Yeah, I'm fairly sure of it. In
Who was
fact.
the guest in the last one?
In
Spawn?
No, he was
no.
in. He was
Oh,
on
he was
the
in 2.
PlayStation
Oh, in
version.
Soul
of 2,
Calibur
yeah.
That's right. he was in
5. I did not play Soul Calibur 5. I want to say it was not Ezio. Ezio was in the PSP one.
Oh, really?
I think it was Kratos.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Kratos.
I'm
Makes sense.
fairly certain it was Kratos, but I can't remember.
I had Darth Vader at one point.
It was
That's right. I
Yoda.
remember Yoda and Darth Vader were in one of them.
Yeah, yeah. Yoda and Darth Vader were in 4.
4, yeah.
3, I don't think had any.
Link was in.
Link was in 2. Man,
Link, Hihachi, and Spawn were in 2.
Yeah.
I don't think 3 had any. I could be mistaken.
dude, just bonking people with the Megaton hammer.
Oh, God.
That's one of my favorite.
Yeah.
And he had the grab where he would like flip over he like grabs your arm, flips over it, and then whops you.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Just
So much fun.
That game, the manual could almost just be a button pointed at the throw button.
Yep.
And, I leaned on that button a lot. I'm not good at Soul Calibur.
No shame.
Oh,
no
or
shame.
wait. Ezio, I think, was in 5, and Kratos was in the PSP one. Either way,
Gotcha.
both of them have guested in the game series.
Yeah, that's cool.
But yeah, so that's the game this week I'm most excited for. I have not gotten the new Black Ops yet. And I really want to.
It looks fun.
Does it look
yeah,
good?
Yeah, it does.
There were so many commercials for it in Japan, dudes.
I bet.
Really?
Just like huge multi-story billboards on buildings and stuff.
Yeah, biggest game series of all time.
And
Or not really. It's up. It's certainly. It's probably not the biggest game series of all time, but just sheer number sales, it's got to be close.
Yes.
I mean, yeah. And I was surprised at how much, because I never really thought of Black Ops as a big,
Its own
having,
thing.
well, and as having a big overseas presence. I thought it was very much like North America and
It
Europe.
seems American. Yeah.
Yeah, and I didn't realize that it had made it to be such a big thing. I was very surprised to see the amount of commercials that I did in Shibuya for it. Just huge, and of course the PlayStation is huge. So
Yeah, right. That makes
Yeah.
sense. Yeah.
but yeah, I saw so many advertisements that I'm almost a victim of commercialism. It's like, well, I mean, maybe it is that. Maybe it is really good. I don't know anything about it.
All right. Well, that's going to be the show tonight.
That's the show.
That's the show. I'm Evan.
I'm Garrett.
I'm Nick, and remember, everyone out there in podcast land, wreck or get wrecked.